Hell yeah. Welcome to the Cup of Joe show. This is a live right now. We are live coming to you from my humble home. And it is like 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. here in Tejas in Texas. Um, are you in a forest? No, you're in my lovely, manly, masculine chest hair. Yeah, it says hello. Look at that muscle. Yeah, I've been working out, and I ain't playing this time. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying a cup of Joe as you're watching the Cup of Joe show. Let's talk about that since I was just doing that voice. Um, and I know nobody's watching yet, but we're gonna talk about that since I just did Sam's voice. You know, and if you have not read or listened to the newest chapter of A Different Cowboy, you need to stop watching this live right now. If you're following the book, because I don't want to spoil what happened for you. So hop off now because I'm about to, whatever it's called, spoiler alert. Um, so, as you know, if you have been keeping up with the book and you listened to the last chapter, chapter 7, you would know that Sam committed suicide yesterday. In the book, I'm not talking about anybody in real life. Sam, the fictional book character, committed suicide. Let's take a sip of coffee to that. This is for fur. This is FUR. This is for Sam. Cup of Joe. It's been hard here at the Cup of Joe show dealing with the loss of Sam. As we all know, he's been friends with Johnny since chapter 1 of book 1. And yeah, it was a hard decision to kill him off. You know, but it was something that originally that wasn't going to happen. When I when I was talking about like changing the book, when I was talking about changing the book and something drastic was going to happen, that only was the fact that Tessa was going to be kidnapped by, as we all know, the KKK or whatever back then. So she's been kidnapped. She's on her way back to Georgia. They're trying to make her a slave again. Um, so that was the original plot twist. And then Sam was not going to come along with Johnny. But he was going to stay in Texas with Lupe. And he was just going to be like, look, this is your journey. I'm not going with you. I've got a family now. I don't want to risk anything happening to them. I've got to be here for her. But as you know, the story changed at the last minute, and Lupe was killed, and then Sam sadly took his life. So it was kind of just as a shock to me as it was to you guys when I was writing it. It just something at the last minute, the plot changed, and I was just like, yeah, let's just do this. Let's just change it and let's make it real life because this is something that absolutely could have happened. When you're dealing with racism and racist people, they're really unpredictable. So especially back then, I guess the cowboy shot Lupe because he turned out to obviously be a racist cowboy. He sold Tessa back into slavery, and obviously he didn't love her. He was using her. Um, so when he seen Sam with a Hispanic woman, a Mexican girl, he kind of felt the same way. Like white people should only stick with white people. So that's why he shot Lupe, and he thought it was funny. So that and a lot of people are upset. A lot of people are really upset about me killing off Sam. So I apologize, but it's something that had to be done. I couldn't kill off Tessa. I couldn't kill off Johnny because then the story would end. So it was just something that had to be done. There had to be a huge twist. And yes, it's really sad because at this point in the book, Sam has finally found love for the first time in his life in Lupe at an older age in his life. And he's gotten a chance to start his life over and start a family. She was pregnant. And these are the reasons why he felt like he had nothing else to live for because it had taken him this long to finally find love. And now that he's found love, this cowboy just took the love of his life away and his child. So, you know, it's real life, it's real life stuff, and I get that uh, kind of from my own situation, kind of from my dad taking his life over certain situations that kind of not exactly the same situations, but kind of. So, the alcohol addiction that Johnny goes through, that was based on true story. That was based on my life. For the past 4 years, I've been an alcoholic, but coming up on uh, it will be June the 12th. I will be celebrating 5 months sober. 5 months sober. So, yeah, this is a huge, huge thing for me. I look better than I ever have. Um, I'm doing better than I ever have. I'm feeling better than I ever. I'm working out again. Like, you can start to see the muscle in my chest, definitely that line there. Just need to get that line developed there. But things are going better. I know a lot of people have been wondering how I've been doing. And a lot of people know I've been dealing with a little bit of depression. Some stuff was going on in my life, but I chose to, thank you. I chose not to put my fear into that. I chose not to put my worry into that. So, a lot of you will be happy to hear that I did, as of now, I got my crew back. So, my crew, thank you for the prayers and everything, guys. Alicia came back, at least for now. She is very limited to how long she can work for me. Probably be just a few short months because what she's going through, it's not going to physically allow her to work this type of job. So, but good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I see we got 10 people watching. Where are y'all watching from? Throw your states out there. I'm coming to you guys live from Dallas, Tejas, Texas. We got anybody watching from up north or out of the country of the United States? Anybody watching from anywhere, anywhere, anywhere? Sip, sip. I almost thought my comments were turned off for a second until Amelia Green um, commented. Here we go. Now they're all coming in. See, maybe something was wrong with my phone or something. I just had to touch it. Sometimes you just got to touch it to turn it on. You know what I mean? The Galactic Princess is coming from Colorado. She's tuning in. We got Yoda Kimball from Tennessee. Danny from Carolyn R. from Southern California. Let's see. We got Lil AHQ 122185. Shout out to you from San Antonio. I've been to San Antonio one time. I really liked it. I went to the Alamo and then I walked down the street and there was like this big old cathedral, this church, where I think it was like some of the people from the Alamo are like in there or something. Their bones are in there when you walk through the door. I think it's a big Catholic church. Man, it was like majestic. I really loved it. It was really cool. Let's see. Is that it? Isn't that the most important thing? Finding the real love and being happy. Keep up the good work. You're looking great. May God continue to bless you. Indiana, right? All right. Thank you, Betty. Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know where I am. Yes, I do. Just woke in Michigan. Rashawn McMullen. Hello. Teal 714. Hiya, Joe. It's Tawana from New Jersey. Good morning, afternoon to everyone. I dated a Tawana once. Tawana McCole. What was her name? Huh. Need a moment? Take a sip of a cup of Joe. Tawana McCulmany or something like that. But yeah, I just know her name was Tawana. Hey, Amelia Green. Or some McCollum. Crow Jane. Oh, okay, Crow Jane. Yes, Crow Jane, of course. I know Crow Jane. Crow Jane's been a long time listener. I believe I met you on Scout, wasn't it? So yeah, she's been following me for a long time, a few years, I believe. Rosalind St. John Scott. Good day, Joe from London. What's up? Hey, I love London. You know, I hired these two guys from London once, and I really shouldn't tell this story. Um, but he it was a father and a son, and some of you may know this story, but the dad, he would say, we'd be building a house, and he'd say, "I feel a song coming on," and his son would say, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Dad, please don't." His dad would go, "Oh," and he'd start singing. Oh, it was the funniest thing. Forgive my language. Sorry about that. I know you're not supposed to say stuff like that on YouTube, but I had to. It was funny. Uh, Sister, hey, sister. Teal 714. How did she spell her name? I've never met any Tawana who spells her name like mine. Yeah, yours is with an I. I think she spelled hers with an A. It was like Tawanna. Yeah, like wanna. Wonder if this like works. Oh man, I can't turn nothing on these days. My girlfriend's disappointed in me. Anyways, listen. Um, I don't have any facts for you. Sorry. That was the fact. Listen. Faith, come here. Come here, girl. I want you to check out my dog. Come on, come on, come on, girl. Come here. Come. Okay. She's not coming over here. I gotta get up. Come on. Come on. There we go. She's trying to be lazy and just run away from me. Hey, girl, look. Look. Look, there's everybody watching us. Yeah. Yes. There's everybody watching us. Can you say hi to everybody? You want to say hi to everybody? You won't want to say hi? She's looking awkward. She's like, "What are you doing, Daddy? What are you doing, Daddy?" Let me see if I can get her to talk. What? Come here. What are you doing? No, she's not going to talk. Oh, that's okay. Give me a kiss. You want to give me a kiss? I love you. I love her. She's my baby girl. I got two girls now. I'll put her back on the side. Let's see. Just woke. LOL. Danny, laughing face. Deborah Williams. Shout out to Deborah Williams. Hey, girl. Hey, Joe. How are you? I'm at work. Have a fantabulous day. Thank you. I hope you do the same. Rashawn McMullen. Dog. Yes, yes. Fago Red Pup from Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes, that's what a girlfriend calls her. Fago Red Pup. After the soda. Yours truly, Miss Anita. Hey, Mr. Joe. I was able to catch you live. Awesome. Yes, you did. So yeah, I'm doing better, everybody. I am doing okay. I'm doing good. Just gotta take one day at a time. Thank God for the little chest hairs that I do have. Look at that. Oh yeah. Are you in a forest? No, you're in my chest hair. Uh, People are like nobody cares. But yeah, I'm just taking, one day at a time. Praying about my situation. One thing I've learned through all of this and all my past struggles is, don't worry about what's going on in your life. It's so true. Jesus said not to worry all the time. And it's like, if you literally don't worry, then he will literally work it out for you. All things are going to work out. And so, for the first time in my life, when I started going through all these problems all of a sudden out of nowhere, I chose not to worry. I said, you know what? I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to see what God does, you know. But it's like when you take your emotions out of it, when you take the worry out of it, you also take the stress out of it. And when you take the worry and the stress and the anxiety out of a situation, all that's left is peace. And God is there, because where God is, peace is. And where peace is, God is. And I have learned in the past month and a half to protect my peace. I have never tried to do that a day in my life until this month. Protect your peace. I heard somebody on TikTok say that, and I was like, you know what? I've never even really heard anyone say that to me. But I really took that to heart, and I'm practicing that. So, yours truly, Miss Anita said, there you go, one day at a time. Yes, I still struggle with that. It is a fight. Amen. Yes, it is. It is a fight, um, and that's why I'm really trying to cling to everything that Jesus said, because in this book here, I've actually got a Bible here. It's a really old one. But this book says, Jesus said, do not worry about tomorrow, for today has enough worries of its own, enough problems of its own. And I was like, you know what? That's right. That's so true. When you actually stop and like think about this stuff, it's like, he's so right. Let's change the, oh, look, it just made my eyes a little greener. Change the, whatever this is called, black and white. Yeah, yeah, damn, yeah. Got the Elvis thing going on. But what do y'all think? Oh, flex. Yeah, flex. I've been working out. As you guys can tell, I'm really bored today. Just flexing all my muscles. Ooh, get some. Oh, it might look better like this. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. All right, ladies, don't get too crazy. My girlfriend's watching. Calm down now. Take a sip of your cup of joe with me. That's what the cup of joe show's all about. Binkle. Yeah, Binkle. Oh, gosh. Hey, man. You doing all right? You sure you're not on anything, bro? Yeah. Hell no. I do look like I'm from the 50s now. I'm just playing around, guys. Santa Claus in the house. In the house. Santa Claus in the house. Something's wrong with me, y'all. Y'all need to be praying for me. Something's wrong with me. No. But yeah, I like black and white. I like it the way it makes my chest look, I really do. It gives it that vibe, like, hey, we're doing an interrogation here. See anybody lately? Anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Have you seen anybody lately? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. But anyway. This is a big cup, so I shouldn't be drinking this much coffee a day. So that's what happens. What'd she say? Hold on. Sir, these ladies don't want you. Yeah, they proved that by not commenting on anything lately. The Galactic Princess said, lol, LOL. All right, let's get that off of the screen there. Boop. This little filter was like in the way, so I couldn't see the comments. But yeah, first things first, you want to get your mental health right. And then you want to get your physical body, get your physical stuff right, man. And I'm telling you, all I have been doing is working out. Okay. Working out and working out my mind, working out my body, working out my spirit with God, and Jesus, of course. I'm talking about Jesus. Because when you say God, you could be talking about anybody. You can make anything your God. So let me get that out there. I'm a Christian. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of. Oh, whoops! Sorry, Lord, I dropped it. But I'm proud of this book. This is the Bible. I stand by this book. I preach this book. I live, somewhat by this book. I try to. I'm not perfect, as none of us are. But I can't say. There was a joke I was gonna say, but it would have been in bad taste. I can't say that. But yeah, I try to do my best. So first and foremost, just got to put it out there. Any chance you get, put it out there that you believe in Jesus and that you're proud of him because he died on the cross for you, and they raised him up, you know, and he had his arms open wide and said, I love you this much, you know. So I'm not ashamed to tell people how much I love Jesus. I really do. With that being said, let's see here. Thelma Andrews, hello, Joe. Leanne, hi, Joe. Hi, how y'all doing? Hello, everyone. It's time for another call. How many of y'all are sitting here right now watching the Cup of Joe show, drinking your cup of Joe? How many? Anybody? Let's see here. Windshield over rear view. Amen. Oh, and another thing, guys, I just I just started a book club on Facebook. If you go to my community post on YouTube, the link is on my last post. For anybody who wants to follow that, you know, you can go on there and like the page. It's called A Different Cowboy. She's got her cup, Chantel. So please, please do that. That would make me very happy. And any chance you get, you know, please comment on my videos, hit the like button, share my videos. It always helps me grow the channel. I'm trying to keep growing here. We always got a positive message to spread on the Cup of Joe show. That's what we try to do. I know a few people have been getting really offended um, by some of the videos that I've made recently, and you know, I don't know what to say about that. I don't understand why somebody would be offended over a man trying to tell other boys how to become a real man. That just confuses the heck out of me. But there are some women and boys who have been offended by some of the videos that I've talked about, and I've been told to you need to take this video down. And my response to that is absolutely not. You know, it's just I feel like if you're offended by the video, then you're probably one of those people that are doing exactly that. So that's why the video's up. All my videos are informational. They're here to help women. They're here to help, um, you know, guys that want to be men, help them become a real man. Just because you are born a male does not make you a man. You know, and that's one thing I will always teach and preach on this channel. I went through um, a class when I was 14 to 18. It was called the Men of Honor. And they taught us that your age doesn't make you a man, your sex doesn't make you a man. You being a man, you being a real man, being a man of chivalry, being a man of honor, and that's what makes you a man. And the class was called the Men of Honor, and I graduated with that class. You know, it was a class that we had at the church, or a program. I don't know what exactly you would call it, but it taught me how to be a real man, so that when I became 18, I was a man. And I have always lived by those values, stuck by those values, and that's why I am the man I am today. Now, is that to say that I'm a perfect man? No, absolutely not. It's not what I'm saying. Before anybody tries to comment and say that, I'm not by any means. But I do strive to be the best man that I can be to my woman and to every other lady, you know, that may walk across my path in life, friends, family, whatever, um, other YouTubers, you know, people that watch me. And I try to pass on what I was taught at a young age. You know, I try to pass those same guidelines that I live by. I try to pass those down because a lot of people, they don't know this. A lot of adolescents who are becoming adults, they don't know what it means to be a real man. I was taught the wrong way. I was taught, you know, go around beating people up, you know, acting like a hard ass all the time. That makes you a real man, you know, and that's what most boys are being taught these days. To go around, fight, drink, smoke, cuss, that's a man. It's not a man, you know. That's absolutely wrong. You know, a real man prays, a real man protects, a real man provides. It's the triple P, PPP, you know. Pew pew pew. Praise protects, provides. There you go, from the Cup of Joe show. Praise protects, provides. Find you a man that does that, has those three qualities above all else. That's a real man. That's what you want. All right, let's read some of these comments. Yours truly, Mr. Anita said, "Sorry, I don't like coffee. I drunk some water earlier, flavored water. I need to be drinking some water, actually." Rosalind St. John Scott, "I drink tea, no coffee for me. I want some tea." J10, "I'm just in. What did I miss?" Oh man, you've been missing a lot, girl. You've been missing a lot. No, not too much. Yours truly, Miss Anita said, "Hey Thelma, how have you been?" Hey J10, how are you as well? Tea, no caffeine. I'm epilepsy. So glad I found this channel. I really liked white guys, but I was always ashamed of it. I am from South Africa. Wow, well, shout out to you, Lien, and welcome to the Cup of Joe show from South Africa. That is great. So, one thing I would definitely say about that, when I was growing up, all of my family, the adults in my family at least, they tried to make me feel ashamed for who I liked. I liked black women. My mom always discouraged it. She would tell her friends that I'm just going through a phase and I'll grow out of it. And other people in my family said something was wrong with me and they don't know why. They wanted to know who's influencing me to feel this way and monitor what I'm watching, um, stuff like that. They treated me like I had some type of sickness or something, and I needed to be kept away from other members, or I might make them feel like they want to date a black person or something like that. So, long story short, I was never ashamed of who I liked in my family. I didn't keep it a secret, especially in school. I was very open about that, and kids in school made me feel the same way. They tried to make me feel ashamed, but I never hid it. I've always been proud of who I loved, very open about who I liked. From a very young age, and I'm just so thankful for YouTube that I'm able to get on here and profess to the world that I love black women. That's the greatest thing. I want everybody to know. Um, so my advice to you is just be open about it. Don't let anybody shame you for who you love. Love who you love. Um, you know, and everything will work out for you. People are gonna try to make you feel down. They're gonna try to say things about you, but you know, don't even worry about them. Love who you love. Let's go back to the comments. Let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, we got a lot of comments that came in. Okay, J10, hey, I've been having rough times at work, but hanging in there. How are you, Anita? Anita trying to write and record. Hey Joe, I'm back. I was missing for a while, but all is well now. Love your channel. Don't worry about the naysayers. Keep up the great work. You're beautiful, a heart of gold, a leader who speak volumes. Thank you, Ms. New York. Hey Dama. Hi Joe. I am on my lunch break. Can't stay long. What's up, Wizard? J10, I will have to remember you in prayer. Sorry to hear that though. Things will get better or God will direct you somewhere else. Don't know. Only God has the answers. That's right. I do believe masculinity. Oh, okay, I do believe masculinity is a dying breed and society is promoting feminization in men. Yeah, I believe so too. And just because you said that, I just want to put it out there. I am not going to shave my chest ever for anybody because it's just masculine and yeah, having muscle. I'm starting to get my muscle back and I love it, you know. So you guys are about to see me get way more masculine. I got really hairy arms too, so not shaving those for nobody. I love being hairy. I love being masculine. I love the beard. I love all that stuff. So I take a lot of pride in my masculinity. But yes, there is a lot of men who are shaving their arms and stuff like that. But I wish they would go back to being more open about being masculine. Uh, Showing vulnerability is being a man, also not trying to be hard. That's true as well. Miss Thelma, that is awesome. Uh, oh, I just got an email. Whoops. Hi to all. I'm glad to be back. Welcome, South Africa. Can you highlight right now why so many men are being feminized? I need answers. It really makes it difficult for women who want an actual man with skills. Um, Now, that's it's such a hard thing to come by. I think personally, the one thing that me and Justin always talk about, you know, I think when we were growing up, video games became really popular, and this may not be the full cause of it, but I think this has something to do with the young men these days. I think that video games were becoming pretty popular, and now, like, they're really, really popular. So I think most young men these days, they're not out there, like, learning how to work hard. They're not out there learning skills. All the young men my age and younger, and I'm 29. All the young men my age and younger are too busy locked in the house, and they're playing video games, and they're not used to being out in the sun and working hard and learning how to do things. And I would say that's one of the main causes. And I wouldn't say that's the full, reason, because there are some young men who, they go and they work and then they get off and they do play video games, and that's fine. But you got to find the right balance between that. But if you're just always on video games and you've never really had to work hard, or if you never, or and there's that, and there's also people who don't have, like, masculine father figures who are there to teach them. You may be growing up without a father, and there may be a mother who doesn't know how to teach her son how to do masculine things that a man would do. And I think that's another problem. There's been, like, so many couples who get pregnant and then the father walks out of their life, and the father's never there. Just like in my case, my dad died when I was 2.5 years old, and he left me and my brother in this world, with my mom. And my mom was, she would tell me all the time, I don't know how to teach you this, or I would. I don't know how to teach you how to be a man, or I would. My stepdad was there, and he tried to teach me some skills, but I didn't really listen. So, but I think that's some of the main problems these days is couples aren't staying together that have children together, or the fathers aren't in their lives, and it's just kind of the new thing now to be feminine for some reason. So I'm not really sure, but you guys don't have to worry about that with me. I mean, I take so much pride in being masculine, and I want to learn as many masculine skills as I can. And I want to be the manliest man that I know, but also be humble at the same time. you know and we love you loving us, Mr. Joe. Thank you. That was from Miss Anita. Hey, Mr. Joe and Coco Beauties. Hey, how's it going? Hi, hi. Oh, Miss Rothy, I like that. Coco Beauties. Yeah, that's cool. Uh, so glad I caught you live. Well, thank you. Managers. Where are the men? Joe, I'm afraid to date because I don't know if men are real men anymore. Everyone has a two-way love affair these days. Men with men, girls with girls. I haven't dated in 7 years. Wow. You know, um, and yeah, that shows you, right there. I mean, and it's the same way, wherever you go. She's right. There are so many men that, are living double lives, and so many men that can't stay faithful and don't know how to treat a woman right. And, it's a shame, but, I will say they're out there. Okay, they are out there, but there are very few men left in this world. There really are. And it's funny because every guy thinks he's a man. You know, they don't act like men, but as soon as you tell them they're not a man, they want to get so offended. they're the first to jump in the comments and be like, "No, you're wrong. Why are you talking all this crap? Blah blah blah." It's like, well, if you were a real man, then you wouldn't be offended by what I said. You would be agreeing with me, and you'd be like, "Yes, he's right. You know, we need more men like us." But if you're one of these boys that it's you know, how it is. It's hard to find them, though. I will agree with you on that. I can't. I mean, I'm having a hard time finding any men that will show up to work here in Texas that actually have skills. It's almost impossible to find anyone that knows how to build a house down here, that knows how to use a saw, that knows how to use a speed square, that knows how to use a tape measure. It's crazy, and I think in the past probably 20 years, um, I would say that probably all, teenagers and stuff like that probably knew how to read a tape measure, but nowadays nobody knows. You seem way more mature than 29. I thought you were at least 35, and it's because of how you carry yourself. Well, thank you, J10. Yeah, it's funny. I've always been told that, like, every age I've ever been, when I was 21, people were like, I thought you were like 27, 28. And I'm like, no, I'm 21. And, but I've always tried to, and I say this like every week, this is my new thing. Like every week I try to, it used to be every year, but every week now, I try to step back and take a look at my life and ask myself, like, what can I do to better myself? Where do I need improvements? Like, where do I need to improve in my life as a man? And so, I'm in this constant refining myself to be wiser than I was, not last year, but last week, not last month, but last week. So I've done a lot of growing up in the past 2 years too, a lot, and I've really tried to ground myself in being a real man, you know, and I'm just on this journey right now to teach other guys how to become real men, because there are guys that, hopefully they are watching these videos and they're like, wondering like how can I be more masculine? How can I be more of a man that a woman wants? So that's the purpose of these videos. Some of these videos that people have been finding offensive, there is a purpose to them, not to just call out these boys who are abusing women and narcissists and stuff like that, excuse me, and treat women like crap. It's not just to call them out, it's to call them into manhood. Like, okay, look, you are this right here, you're this thing, you're this person, you are this character, and you're not a man right now, but there is hope for you. Stop doing what you're doing and become a real man, you know? And maybe they grew up in a household where they wasn't told this. Maybe they grew up in a household where their dad beat their mom and they thought, okay, this is just what men do. And they've never had somebody say, hey, that's not a man. This is being a real man is protecting women, not hitting women, not making women, not forcing them into submission. Let me tell you something that me and my girlfriend were talking about. And let me say, I have learned so much from her. Like, my girlfriend is so wise. It's just unbelievable. You know, she has so much wisdom. I have learned so much about, it's funny because you can actually become a better man by listening to a woman, and that's a word of advice for some men that may be watching right now. Listen to your woman. It's funny every time I say listen because I hear that guy saying listen on TikTok. Um, but listen to your woman. And that's one thing that most men don't want to do. They think it's not masculine to take advice from a woman. And I used to be that way. I used to never ever listen to my girlfriend. Like when I was with Alicia, I never listened to her. That was the last thing I would do is take advice from a woman. I felt like it was what what's the word? Words are hard. I know the word, but I know what I want to say, but I know that's not the right word. I want to say demasculizing, if I can even say emasculating or something like that. But my girlfriend's probably shaking her head. Um, but just listen up, guys. Listen to your woman. It doesn't make you any less of a man. It will make you more of a man in her eyes to listen to her and figure out what she wants from you. So I listen to my girlfriend, and I listen to women, other women these days. I listen to what they have to say. I'm not on this pride trip where I'm just, so listen to what they have to say, and it will help you become a better man. Because who could tell you what they want? Who could tell you what a woman wants better than a woman herself? And we as men, we spend all this time trying to figure out what women want. Just shut up and listen. They will tell you what they want, you know? So that's one thing me and my girlfriend were talking about the other day. Oh, if you do your part as a man and you are treating your lady like a woman, like a lady, you know, that's right. That's right, Miss Nita. If you are doing your part and you are treating your woman like a lady and you're providing for her, you're protecting her, you don't have to try to force her into submission. A woman will submit to you as long as you are doing your job. You treat her like a queen, you respect her, you provide for her, you protect her, and in return, she will treat you like the king that you are. She will love you, she will respect you. You know? It's really that simple. And if she doesn't do that, because when I was married, I treated my wife like a queen. I treated her like a princess. I treated her great. But guess what? She treated me like crap. And I don't want to bash her or anything, but I wasn't treated the best. And I stayed in that marriage for 7 years, and I shouldn't have. We shouldn't have got married. I was already being treated like crap. Um, so if you're not being treated right in a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, get out of that relationship. If you know you're doing your part and your partner is not holding their end up, get out of it. Relationships or marriages, whatever, there's no such thing as 50-50 these days when it comes to you and her, or you and him. It's got to be 100-100. You've got to give her 100% of you, and in return, she's got to give you 100% of her or him. And if they're not, then you don't need to be with them. I mean, that's the way to make a relationship work. I've been in relationships where I didn't give 100% of myself, and the woman did. And I've been with women who gave me like 30%, and I was giving them 100%. So it's just basic stuff like this that we're not being taught. We're not being taught as teenagers when we first start dating, and we're growing up as adults who don't know this. We're growing up as adults who are giving all of ourselves to someone and getting absolutely nothing in return. And we keep thinking that, um, you know, we keep thinking that things will get better. Just keep giving, just keep giving, just keep giving. Well, you can get to a point where you've given so much of yourself that there's nothing of you left for the next person. And when you realize that this person you was with did you wrong, and then y'all break up, you feel drained. You feel like, okay, what's the point of love? I was that way when I first started dating again. I had gone through a relationship that drained me. It took everything I had out of me. I gave it my all, and I still ended up losing her. And I didn't believe in love anymore for a while. I didn't want to be in love. I didn't want to be with anybody, you know? And sometimes we get to that point and we blame others for others' mistakes. So don't do that, you know. Always believe in love. There's always somebody out there. If one thing doesn't work out, if God shuts one door in your face, then walk down the hall. It's like a long hallway. It's like a hotel hallway. Okay? There are doors and doors and doors. You keep walking till you see another door open and you walk through that door. And if that door closes on that room, then you keep walking down the hall and walk to the next door that God's got open for you. Amen. Amen. Let's see. Let's read some of these comments here. But Joe, remember Samson from biblical times? He was a very strong man. Remember why? Judge chapter 13. Yep. Hi, everyone. You are blessed to have a great lady in your life, and you know that you do, and you appreciate her. Very important, says Miss Anita. I agree. If only other men will listen. Yes, sir. We will tell you what we want. Very true. Yes, women love to communicate. Men just need to listen. Preach, you are on point. She will treat you great. Understanding brings on wisdom. Wisdom brings understanding, and confusion moves out. That's right. That's right. You do 50% on your job. Oh, don't do. Hearing you talk on this subject makes me think of Aretha Franklin's song. Do right, woman. Do right, man. Delma, exactly. 100, says Natasha. When I gave all to my husband, I was left with nothing. I was empty, lost, and confused. Now I've got to hit the reset button. That says, Miss New York says that. Granny Prepper, hey, 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 I remember you. I'll give you a shout out. Give you a shout out again. Shout out to Granny Prepper. Everybody say hi to Granny Prepper. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I remember that Robin Thicke song. But yeah, you know, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. It's all good in the neighborhood. I just wanted to hop on here this morning and, you know, talk to you guys. I will be starting on chapter 8 of A Different Cowboy today because you can't just, you know, you can't just kill off a main character like that and then go weeks without the next chapter. Like, you gotta jump right into the next thing. You know, you got to jump right into the next character. And we all need to, including me, I need to know what is Johnny going to do next? You know, where does he go from here? He doesn't have his best friend anymore, and his best friend's girlfriend died, which she was pregnant with Sam's kid, you know, her and Sam's kid. So, you know, there's a lot of questions. I don't know yet. I really don't. You know, I just, every time, just prepping. That's That's a good one. That caught my eye. That stopped me. Um, but you know, but anyway, when I write my chapters, I go into it completely blind. I just say a prayer before I start writing. Every chapter, I say a prayer. I ask God that God would, you know, guide my hand and guide my thoughts and let me see the story in my mind as I start typing. Just let it come to me from God. You know, I ask Him for inspiration, and it's crazy. I can sit down at the computer and it's like it just flows. It just flows through my mind. You know, it just flows. I just see it happening in my imagination, and I'm just typing what I see. You know, so. It's just like watching a movie and writing down what you see. So it just comes to me. It's not something I really have to think about. Yes, you did make me laugh. um, let's see here. Yes, we need chapter 8. Yes, we do. We all need to keep each other in God's. We all need to keep each other in prayer, praying for God's best for each of us. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. That's right. Well, I made you laugh. Thelma Andrew says, wait on the Lord and he shall direct your path. Amen to that. Amen, Faith. That's right. Also, before I go, I want to make this announcement while I'm live. I'm probably going to do an official video soon, but I'm going to make this while I'm live here. So there will not be a Different Cowboy Part 3. This will be the final book. There is, of course, the first book and this book that's being written. I think I got that right. Not being wrote, written. And but there will be there won't be a sequel to make it a trilogy. Um, there will be though, dun, 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 there will be a prequel. Yeah, there's going to be a prequel to both of these books. And Johnny's not going to be in it. It's going to be based on Tessa's life back when she was a slave in Georgia. So yeah, you don't want to miss that. Now, I don't know when that book will be started or even when it will be out. After I finish this book and get it published, it's going to, I'm going to take a break from writing for just a little while, but maybe a few months because the Tessa's book, that's going to be deep. That's going to be some heavy stuff. When you're dealing with Georgia back in the 1850s and 1860s, yeah, I don't even know if I can do like videos of that. It may be something that I just have to write and just publish the book because it's gonna have some language in that book. Because you got to make it real. I want these books to be as real as possible for the time. And of course, when you're in Georgia and slavery's going on, you're dealing with racism, you already know. And some of the things that will be in that book are is definitely not going to be YouTube appropriate. And it's a very emotional thing, Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Chantel. That's right. So, um, but yes, there will be a prequel. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be pretty cool. But as you guys know, if you've been keeping up with this book, Tessa is on her on her way back to Georgia. She's just been sold to the Ku Klux Klan, KKK, whatever. She got sold by the cowboy that was living with her. She just got sold, and they have taken her, basically kidnapped her, and she's going back to Georgia. Even though slavery has ended, the year, and based on the book, it's like 1867 right now. So slavery just ended 2 years ago. But their way of thinking in Georgia back then in this book, they're like, I don't care what the government says. We're not, we're not living by that here. We're taking all the black people that we can and we're taking them back to plantations. And they're like, we're going to keep them as slaves, you know. And they're telling these black people, like, if a cop or whatever, whoever back then comes by and ask what you're doing because you're out here working in the field, you tell them you work for us, you're getting paid. So they're having this secret, plantation basically. And I believe that they were probably still really doing that back in 1867, even though slavery had ended, you know. Let's see. Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Always so refreshing when I join the chat. Unfortunately, I have to go, but I'll be back next time, y'all. God bless. God bless you, Rosalind. Rosalind. I like the fact that your idea of a beautiful heroine is Whoopi Goldberg. That's weird. Sorry, guys. Something really weird just happened. My door is shut, and I'm here alone, and the door just kind of opened on its own. Really strange. House might be haunted. It's not supposed to happen. I actually have something in front of the door, too, so that it wouldn't open. Strange. Anyway, I like the fact, for me, that is so refreshing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Rothy. Hearts, I like that you're not making it Hollywood and more real. Thank you, Natasha. Teal 714, are you going to take out time to do research on the environment that Tessa grew up in when you write the prequel? Lots of stuff to find online and in libraries. Yes, I'm gonna try to do as much research as I can because I want to make it as real as possible. And also, I have a book somewhere around here that was about slavery in America, and it is in the actual slaves' own words. So over the years, there were people that were interviewing slaves, and they were writing down what they said and what they went through. So just trying to get some ideas as of like what was actually going on, back then. Other than what we see in Hollywood, I want the real story. So I want first perspective, like what did they say they went through, and feed off of that type of stuff. Joe, gotta go. On my phone is dying. Love you. God bless. God bless, Mrs. New York. It will be believable because slavery didn't end in Texas until 1867. Ooh, I did not know that. When it was supposed to end in 1865. Wow, thank you for sharing that with me. I did not know that. What inspired you to write this? Um, well, it's something that I wanted to write for a few years. I actually started a few years ago. It's something that I have always been kind of interested in the slave. I've always watched slavery movies and stuff, and anytime I tried to play one, you know, in the house, my mom was always like, "Why are you watching that? You need to turn that off. That's bad stuff. You don't be watching that." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's bad stuff, but I want to learn, and see what these people went through, you know." And I anytime I would watch one of the movies, I would just really feel for them. My heart would really go out to them, and I just always wish there was something I could do to help that. I wish that um, I could go back in time and live in that generation and try to do something. But I finally came to the conclusion, that's not possible. I can't go back in time, and God put me in this time period for a reason. He made me the way I am for a reason, so I have to do what I can with what I can for now. And so I said, well, let's write a book and base this character on me. If I was alive back in this time period, this is the type of man that I would be. And even though dating interracially, marrying interracially was actually illegal, but dating could get you killed as a white man, and of course as a black person, um, I was like, I would still risk that. If they wanted to kill me, I would be okay with that. Because I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, no matter what time period I'm in. I would still be that way. The way I am now, I would be that way back then. So I just wanted to write this book based on that and just try to change people's perspective, you know, and just let there be love, you know, because a lot of people to this day, they don't want to date interracially. And I've heard some of the black women I've dated, their families didn't want to accept me. Very few, but there are some that they would be like, okay, I can't tell my dad I'm dating you. I'm like, why not? Because my family's against me dating white people, you know. And so it's still the effects of what happened back then still, ripple through the years and have an effect on people today. So I just want to change everyone's perspective in a little way and let them know that there is still love out there, and even back then there could be love that could exist between two people who these two races basically hated each other. But in the midst of all this craziness and racism and slavery and abuse and violence, let's take two people that actually found love through all this. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay, let me go back to the go check out. Joe, crazy things do happen. They didn't take slavery off the books in Mississippi until 1990. Wow. That's awesome. And that's why we have Juneteenth. Unbelievable. How did I? Okay, wow. I got to look into that. I thought that all slavery ended in 1865, and then I thought it was like a few months later Texas heard about it, and that's why we have Juneteenth here. But okay, wow. I need to check my shit then. Thank you, Joe. The story is close to home. Amen. Love it. Research the holiday, Juneteenth, June 19th, 1867. Man, Union soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas to announce slavery ended with the Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1865. I want to post, but it is no longer for what I need to say. It is too long for what I need to say. Oh, okay. Granny Prepper, that's so sad. I have biracial grandkids. Love them to death. Gwynvo never got into cowboy movies, but just started watching Yellowstone, and now I'm hooked. Oh, cool. Yeah, I tried to watch Yellowstone, but surprisingly, I just can't get into Yellowstone. The only one that I got into was 1883, and mainly because I was trying to be on the set of 1883. I went down to Fort Worth, and I was there for like a few days, trying to see Sam Elliott and Tim McGraw, and I was talking to the producers and the security and all of that, and doing everything I could to get on that show, but it was already too late. They had already done all the casting and stuff. But since then, I've actually been in two movies where two of the people that I'm in the movies with, they were on that show, Yellowstone 1883. So I got to meet them. So that was kind of cool. But you know. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. This is the longest live I've ever had. That's your idea of a relationship between black and white. My family like most black families. Oh, you're probably saying most black families. Um, very nice. Yeah. Um, but I want to thank you all for watching. Um, it's been great talking to you guys. It's been great chatting with y'all. One more comment, Joe. It did end, but Mississippi didn't take it off their books until 1090 removed the book. That happened to me. My father told me at 16, if you wanted to date a white guy, you cannot live in this house no more. So just stayed really great friends today. Wow. I love all races, says Granny Prepper. 1990. All right, and with that, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate, love each and every one of you for always taking out the time to comment on my videos and watch my videos and jumping on my lives. You guys mean the world to me. Thank y'all so much. Rothy said, love y'all sitting in a boring doctor's office. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully everything works out for you. But thank you guys so much. Love y'all. Until next time, I'm Joe Jones. This is the Cup of Joe Show, and this has just been your daily dosage. Likewise. See y'all later.